I work quite closely with the Israeli Defense Force and Israeli intelligence services during my time in the military, and I know what the IDF is like, what they do, how they operate. I know about their morality, I know about their mode of operation, and I know also, as I mentioned just a bit earlier on, that the Israelis help us, where they cooperate with us. They're our allies, they're our friends. And I know from personal experience that as well, and I'll just give you one example of that, two examples in fact. When I was sent out to Afghanistan in 2003, it was the first time in my military career that I'd faced the threat of suicide attack and had commanded troops who faced that threat. Many other different types of terrorist threat, but not suicide bomb attack. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to deal with it. So I spoke to the head of the Mossad station, who still owes me that check, the Mossad station in London, who I dealt with regularly, and said to him, can you get the defense attaché from the embassy to come and talk to me about how the Israelis do it? And he said, no, I will do better than that. And within 2 days, he brought from here a brigadier general who was deemed to be the IDF's #1 expert on countering suicide bomb attacks. He and I sat in a hotel lobby in West London for 4 hours, him talking, me writing, and I turned what he said into the British Army's policy on dealing with suicide bomb attacks, which remains the policy today and has saved many British soldiers' lives. And the second example, in July 2005, I was the coordinator of the British Crisis Management Committee's intelligence group, in other words, COBRA, which is like the White House Situation Centre. I coordinated the intelligence support from our national agencies into COBRA. And on the 7th of July 2005 at 0850, we got a series of suicide bomb attacks in London. And we were in disarray. We weren't expecting it, intelligence didn't predict it, no one knew what was going to happen, the situation was deeply confused. Within minutes I got 2 phone calls. The first was from the head of the CIA in London offering assistance. The second was from the head of the Mossad station in London, who said to me, any assistance you want, any assets you need, any intelligence you want, any support you want, anything at all you want, pick the phone up, tell me, it will be done immediately. Now that is the kind of friendship that you need in moments of national crisis, and believe me, for those of you who can remember, that was a major national crisis. I didn't forget that. I left the army in 2006, and the first time I had the opportunity to do anything to repay that debt was in 2008, 2009. And I was listening to the lies, the distortion that were coming out on the media against Israel during that conflict. I had a media platform because I was talking a lot about Afghanistan, Iraq and so on the British media. And I could not stand by and listen while these lies were being told about our friends. I would not have stood by and listened if that had been said about British soldiers, and I certainly would not when it was told about Israeli soldiers. So I stood up and did my bit, and a small bit it was, to try and get the truth out there into the media as best I can. Once I'd done that, you lot then got your talons into me, and I haven't escaped since.